want to give.
This is.
But if the Attorney
7
General
months
says
into
that the commission is well within the statute by doing that, you wouldn't abide by that.
I don't know right now.
Okay.
Better think about it.
Sleep on it for 3 to 4 weeks.
Table.
But I will,
You're still directing me then to get an opinion.
Together, the two of you.
at this juncture, I'm gonna direct you to get an opinion. I will jot down what I think is what we want to have answered. You jot down what you think you want to have answered, and then you two put your heads together and you form this as middle of the road as possible. At some point, we have to say, hey, this is what the law, you know, I mean, I could bring in lawyer after lawyer after lawyer after lawyer after lawyer that agrees with us, and you could turn around and bring in lawyer after lawyer after lawyer after lawyer that agrees with you. The problem being is, right now I'm paying 2 lawyers to advise me. We're paying, you know, Leah is the county counselor. We have hired her to give us legal advice, and as has been the practice from day one, the value of our county attorney's legal opinion is directly proportional to how well it agrees with our personal viewpoint. And until I have not found the legal mind in the state of Missouri that everyone can sit down and say, I'll abide by that.
John?
Yes, Commissioner Colbert, could you also add getting a defined definition of the levels of administrative duties from the software company to that? I mean, I think that would be a key at this point too.
Absolutely. We want to make this as crystal clear as possible.
That was your question?
Yes, that was my question.
Okay.
Make sure that's defined. So then you
We wanna make it
fully
crystal-
understand and Deanna fully understands.
There's no doubt what we are proposing to do.
Right.
But my problem is, and I think Leah will echo this, we put all this work into getting this, invest 3 to 4 weeks, and then we get an opinion, and it's not exactly the way Deanna likes it. Then you talk about budget amendments. I have to find the money to defend myself in a lawsuit because I'm trying to do something that the Attorney General says I have the right to do.
I understand what you're saying.
Okay?
Yeah,
I understand. I mean, they do.
But
Then the budget will be open.
uh,
I think you could have worked this out a long time ago if you wouldn't just jam things down people's throats instead of asking and talking nice to them and going over every item instead of saying, you're going to do what I would say. Just my opinion.
It's all in the delivery.
So you could have avoided all this. Really.
just for my own sake, what was your impetus for that statement?
Just from listening to you and everybody. Just my opinion.
She's right in the fact that you didn't come knock on my door or try to talk to me face to face or give me a phone call. You sent me an email. And then when I sent you an email back saying, no, not comfortable with that, really don't want to do that, then you sent another email just giving me an ultimatum. Do it by this date or else.
Whoa. Well, that's not healthy.
I think,
No, I didn't say do it by this date or else. I said do it by noon, or we'll assume we have to proceed and involve counsel. That's just what happened.
I guess that's the or else.
But in fairness, there was no knock on the door or there weren't any discussions when all of the rights were stripped from the administration. You assumed the role. There
I
was no.
assumed the role because they told me to in
Just saying.
January.
And I understand, I can appreciate that the information that you may get is somewhat one-sided.
Yeah.
I sit in this room oftentimes and I'm involved in communication across the board with the different officials. And I can assure you that when people are shoving things down others' throats, it rarely comes from the commission where I've been involved. So,
Did you have something about?
Well, just sitting in here this afternoon, I realize we expended a lot of time, but I think to a great extent, part of the problem is communications. We have a tendency to express ourselves a certain way. Others have the ability or maybe lack of ability to understand that communication. And I would hope that when we go away today that we can smile at each other and say, hey, we've accomplished a lot. We may not be there yet, but we're going to get there, and that it's just a communications problem. When you talk about software and administrative rights, there is a lot of terminology, and unless you're really familiar with it, it can be very confusing, and people misunderstand in a lot of cases. And I think that's what's happened here, from what I've seen. It's just a communications problem, and I think you have accomplished a lot today, and I commend the commissioners and their ability to try and resolve this problem, and I commend Deanna for sticking to her guns, because from what I've seen, it's been a kind of passing in the night, two ships, and I think we've accomplished a lot, and I think you should be very proud of yourself what you have accomplished.
I don't have the paper with me, but I would like to say something, maybe, I don't want to say in defense of the commission, but I don't have the copy of an email that was sent around here, but
And rightly so, we don't need to talk more about that kind of junk. Why don't we just get on about business?
I just want to point something out. This has to do with the integrity of this. I believe the content of the email was something to the effect of, we need to be up here on Monday because the commission, or they change the agenda at the last minute and do things whenever they want. We're required by law to give 24 hours notice to any change in agenda. When did you post the new agenda, Kim? Friday?
I believe so. 7/22.
It was posted with the requisite amount of notice on the board to imply that we are rushing things onto the agenda is just not a true statement. Made it on the agenda with the requisite amount of notice. We got people here, and that's great. But you know, this is the level of discussion that we've needed since January. That's all I've got to say about that. So, unless there is further business, we will. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I like that motion.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We will stand adjourned.